and stood, they appeared to just vaporize, to come out of nothing.
The square plaza is on the scale of a football field, dwarfing the visitors who explore Chavin.
Here we have a plaza that's 49 meters on a side, perfectly square as far as we can tell. We've got equilateral sides. It's a beautiful job in engineering. Underneath the plaza floor out here, where we've excavated in past years, we found that this plaza has a foundation of beautiful, major rock. We're talking about boulders up into the 16-ton range.
Many of the striking features of Chavin are underground, representing detailed engineering.
Well, here we are in the depths of the Doble Mensila Gallery. It's the deepest of the galleries in Chavin. Relatively late period. It's when they're beginning to use an extension overhang stone.
There is a vast network of underground tunnels or galleries. They contain ceremonial areas with ventilation shafts that may have conducted mirror-reflected natural light. They also transmitted sounds that would have enhanced religious experiences. This is El Lanzón, the most sacred object of worship at Chavin. It is more than 15 feet high, most likely an idol of worship reserved for the highest order of priests. It is composed of a central human image with jaguar-like feline and serpent figures. Some of the most significant archaeological finds are in the galleries. In 2001, Rick and his crew discovered a concentration of 20 shells, strombus, carved, brought over 2 towering mountain ranges from the coast to this valley as objects of trade, and turned into musical instruments.
Here's the double entwined snakes, probably a reincorporated piece.
It is also in the galleries where you can really understand the extent of the vast damage resulting from centuries of neglect and natural forces.
We can see salts are coming out of the water penetrating into this stone, and it's
cracks by the thousands, passageways on the verge of collapse, supported only by temporary modern wooden beams. And outside, more evidence of deterioration at Chavin. Crumbling walls, fallen rock, storage facilities that desperately need organizing.
To do that, you need a master plan. You have to organize things. You have to bring together world experts who can talk about the likelihood of survival of the walls and the stone carvings, the underground galleries, and figure out a way to keep this site on its feet.
And this is where Jeff Morgan and the Global Heritage Fund come in to help.
What the Global Heritage Fund's trying to do at Chavin is bring together enough resources for a sustained conservation effort, support development of a master plan, and provide training to the local people here in Chavin.
Morgan believes large-scale conservation is the only way to save the monument for future generations. The Global Heritage Fund's campaign has enthusiastic support from the Peruvian government, and especially its First Lady. Ultimately, it will be a combination of private and government financial support and the infusion of well-managed tourism that could preserve Chavin.
It's impressive because you see how it's made, how perfect it is.
Actually, I like the drawings, how do you call that in English? That's what I really like. And just walking around and try to imagine how people lived here 3,000 years ago.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's part of my history. It's the people who lived 100 or 1,000 years ago here, you know, and it's still amazing to see how they build all these and without any, like we are using now, technology, but they have their own way.
What are the lessons of Chavin?
We care about Chavin in particular from that point of view because there's a lot left to be discovered. There's a lot of evidence there that hasn't been moved or destroyed or contaminated in some way. So it's a treasure chest of that information.
Any success of future conservation of Chavin will depend largely on private contributions. The Global Heritage Fund, working in connection with UNESCO and the government of Peru, needs your help in preserving one of the premier archaeological sites in the world. For further information, contact the Global Heritage Fund in Palo Alto, California.
What will become of this site? What are the things that we want this site to be? What is its potential for tourism? What is its potential for investigation? How can we make of this site what we want, at the same time making sure that that responds to the needs of future investigators, the conservation of the site, its long-term longevity, and truly telling the story as best we know it of what happened at Chavin.